From a distance, a monastery appears to be a single, unified building. But inside, it functions as a closed ecosystem, a collection of individuals performing silent, solitary tasks. Look at the gatekeeper. His role places him at the literal perimeter, acting as the singular boundary between the inner community and the outside world. This specific job comes with a heavy psychological cost. When your work separates you from the group, it is easy to feel disconnected and entirely invisible to the people you serve. In any closed system, true isolation is usually an illusion, but it often takes an external catalyst to prove to those inside that their invisible connections actually exist. Curious, that catalyst arrives when a countryman knocks on the gate and presents a magnificent, glowing bunch of purple grapes. The gift is the result of a long chain of cause and effect. Years earlier, when a drought destroyed the farmer's crops, the gatekeeper had shared his own bread and wine every day to help him survive. Looking at the fruit, the gatekeeper experiences a moment of internal conflict. He doesn't feel he deserves to keep such a premium gift, despite his past kindness. He decides to send the gift deeper into the monastery, beginning a search for someone he deems more worthy of the miracle. This choice changes the grapes from a simple piece of fruit into a tracer die. As the gift moves inward from the gatekeeper's isolated node, it begins to illuminate the hidden bonds of the community. The first transfer moves from the gatekeeper to the abbot, representing an upward flow of gratitude for years of mentorship. The abbot immediately redirects the grapes to a sick, bedridden monk, showing compassion flowing toward the network's most vulnerable member. The sick monk passes the gift to the cook, acknowledging the unseen daily effort required to keep everyone fed. The cook presents the fruit to the priest, shifting the value toward a shared reverence for the perfection found in nature. Finally, the priest hands the grapes to the youngest novice, representing the duty to teach the next generation. By refusing the gift, each recipient acknowledged who they rely on most. The grapes mapped a tightly woven web of interdependence. The youngest novice is left in a state of quiet awe. He feels the weight of the community's generosity and his place within it. That feeling of inclusion triggers a specific memory, the day he first arrived at the monastery, nervous and looking for a new life. He thinks back to the very first person he met, the one who physically opened the gates to let him in. In a healthy community, gratitude doesn't just move in a straight line. It tends to seek its point of origin. Just before nightfall, the novice carries the grapes across the monastery, heading back toward the boundary of the property. He returns the fruit to the solitary gatekeeper, telling him that even those who work alone deserve to be happy. Sitting in the dark, the gatekeeper realizes that the same kindness he showed the farmer years ago has found its way back to his own front door. This demonstrates the internal logic of a closed karmic ecosystem. Because each member of the network acknowledged their connections, the gift was structurally directed to route all the way back to its source. The physical grapes were just a temporary vehicle. Their purpose was to transmit the gatekeeper's initial empathy through the rest of the group. This suggests a different way to view your own workplace or family, not as a group of isolated individuals, but as a sensitive, interconnected web. The story illustrates that when a community is aware of its dependencies, the energy you put into it isn't disappearing into a void. It travels through that invisible architecture and eventually finds a path to come back around.